You can cuss. Just know. Yeah. All right. Here we go. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the show. I got two new co-hosts this week with me, Baze and Daniel. I'm afraid Hunter and Blake can't join us. They're a little bit unhappy about matchups and whatnot and decided to flake out on the pod. But
Hunter's
it's okay.
very obviously butthurt.
Hunter's very angry. Blake, he's got some personal stuff he's dealing with, but everything's fine on that front. We're going to go ahead and jump right into the week three review. I guess we'll jump right into the Thursday night matchup. Chargers versus Chiefs. I didn't get to watch a good bit of this game, which I was really disappointed about because it ended up being a great game.
At both my starting quarterbacks, Dynasty and Redraft, going at each other, and they both kind of went in there.
Yeah, I definitely think Patty and Herbert are both going to end probably top 6 QBs. Herbert probably top 3. I mean, he's threw the ball 48 times, 3 touchdowns without his wide receiver 1. Just a talented player. He ended up getting hurt too and stayed in the game.
He's got that dog in him.
He's got that dog in him.
Is he good for next week? Do we even know?
I think he's day to day. It was a rib. I think
it's
like fractured a rib.
He looked pretty fucked up, man. I don't know.
He had all that adrenaline pumping through him too.
Some standouts from that game, dude. Hilaire had
Mike
16.
Williams. Mike Williams had a great game.
Mike will catch it.
Hilaire went 8 for 74 and 44 yards in the air, though.
What do you guys think about Clyde rest of the year?
Dude, that's
I gotta see the next 2 weeks to
Next
know
2
for
weeks,
sure.
see a quarter of the games to really have an opinion on it. I don't know.
I personally think he's a bum, man. But
if I had a running back like
know.
Jonathan Taylor and Clyde was my RB2, I think I'd be pretty happy with that. Especially if I had, stacked receivers.
Is it safe to call Juju a dud already?
Pretty close.
I don't really want any receivers that aren't named Travis Kelce on that team.
That is damn close.
Yeah.
But yeah, both those teams are just packed full of great fantasy players. I'm not sure who they're playing next week. I think the Chargers might be playing the Broncos. I might be wrong on that.
I reckon.
No, they're playing the Jaguars. I just picked up their defense. I'm hoping for a good
Jags
game.
D?
Yep. No, I picked up Chargers D. This isn't 2019. I don't want the Jaguars defense.
The Chiefs play Matt Ryan and the Colts.
Oh yeah, Colts do not look good this year.
Maybe a big game out of Johnson too.
On to the Sunday 12 o'clock slate, though. I guess we should just get this one out of the way. The Saints vs. Bucks game. I did watch this one entirely, and a lot of sadness. It's a pretty boring game, especially for fantasy purposes. In that first, 3 quarters. It was 3-3 going into the fourth quarter. It was tough fantasy day and tough day for Saints fans as well. Jameis with 3 picks. That was abysmal.
Really just not many standouts from this game in general, man. Yeah, everybody from Tampa hurt. Literally everyone. Except for Scotty fucking
carries.
Miller, dude.
We got the
Fournette,
Chicago
24
Bulls injury
carries.
report.
Yeah, Fournette's a bum. 24 carries, didn't turn into shit.
No touchdown. He was getting stopped at the line. The
Although
Saints
he
defense.
did apologize to his fantasy managers. He says Tutties are on the way. So.
I did see
Coming
that.
soon.
We'll see.
It was nice to see Chris Olave get involved too. He was getting targeted heavily down the field. That'll be huge for him if he comes down with a touchdown every few weeks.
MT just doing what he does.
Yeah, MT. It looks like MT might be back, which I'm very
anybody
happy
that
to see.
doubted, pretty stupid.
Next game, Jets versus Browns. This was actually a pretty good game. Seems the Jets don't give a fuck about Joe Flacco's health and that shoulder. They're just going to run him into the ground because they got Zach Wilson in their back pocket.
26 for 44, 307, and 4 tutties.
Yeah, 59
He's
attempts
gonna lead the
last
league
week,
this
44 this week. It's like they don't know that Joe Flacco is an old man.
They also don't know that they just drafted the best running back in the draft. They gave him 7 carries.
Yeah. Well, I guess they just
they were
Michael
playing,
Carter
they were
that
playing
much,
from
man.
behind, I guess. But
They're really splitting touches,
They were,
Michael
man.
Carter, Brees Hall, which makes me
but
believe
one
that
target the Brees, bro. Is he just not like a pass catcher?
they were targeting Michael Carter more than Brees, and they did the same thing last
Yeah,
week.
I mean, Michael Carter's the RB1.
If one of those guys gets hurt, the other one I think will be probably an RB2, top half RB2.
Definitely a
for me.
stud.
I don't know. With 100 passing attempts, man, I don't know if you can trust any running back there.
Well, one of them's going to get all those dump offs from Flacco.
I do, however,
Yeah.
think almost any of the Jets receivers are viable to start.
I'd say
all
Elijah Moore and
flex
Garrett
options.
Wilson are both flex options. Nothing more than a flex option, though.
Corey
Yeah,
Davis
I
every
think
3
for the wide
weeks.
receivers. On the Browns side, I don't want anything to do with anyone on that receiving side because, like, Amari did have a great game, but he's going to have another dud. He's going to be like a Mike Williams, but slightly worse in my eyes.
I think Amari could have a nice sleeper season, man. 10 targets, man. 9 for 10 from
Well, last week it was
Jacoby,
shit.
bro. You know.
Just depends on how hard he tries.
Yeah, and Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt are just gonna keep. One's gonna get touchdowns the game. The next game it's gonna be the other guy. They're just gonna go back and forth.
Yeah, big Chubb fan.
Yeah,
Big
huge
Chubb
Chubb fan. The 3 touchdowns was great. He should have knelt to win the game, but as a owner of him in fantasy, I don't really care about that.
No, just keep running.
Yeah. Next game though, the Commanders versus the Lions. This game ended up being pretty close for no reason. The Lions were whooping that butt for most of the game. Amon-Ra St. Brown looks like a stud. It looks like
No, he's looking dominant.
that 5th round, 4th round steal this year.
Ben, give it to me for free, please.
I've offered every owner in all my fantasy leagues that has Amon-Ra. I only have him in one.
I know this guy wants Aaron Jones for him. I can't do it.
Jeez,
Yeah, it's a little much. Actually, maybe not. You get Daryl Henderson.
I know, but he wants to give me Penny, and I think he's a bum.
Yeah, Penny's a bum.
You could trade him.
Carson
for
Wentz,
DJ
though,
Chark.
2 weeks in a row of 27-plus fantasy points. What do you guys think of Carson Wentz for fantasy purposes?
He's looking
I mean, you
solid.
could stream
He's
him.
got some weapons.
You
though.
definitely stream him
He's
if you
got
got,
a lot.
if you got your guy.
Curtis
in
Samuel and Jahan Dotson look pretty good.
He's
Ron
good
Rivera
backup
went out,
material.
paid Curtis Samuel. Terry McLaurin is a proven stud. So, I mean, he's got weapons around him. I think
He's
Carson Wentz
surrounded.
might be pretty good. I think
Yeah.
he has a good chance of maybe finishing top 12 on the year.
Goff too, though, bro. Goff's the same, like right there in
Yeah.
the same. Their
He's-
offenses looked really good all year.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they've added weapons. I think when Jameson Williams gets into that offense, it's really going to open it
Oh,
up.
they're
too.
gonna
I mean,
be
he's
dynamite.
He's got Chark, Swift, Amon-Ra, all to throw to. Plus, he's got Hawk, which he does not target. I mean,
Yeah,
7
he's
targets,
not-
I guess. But
Give me a
It's
samurai's
good.
death.
Yeah,
it'd be interesting for him.
DeAndre Swift is going to have a
Guy's
Q
gonna be
next to
hyped.
his name every week, but when he plays, that guy's an RB1.
Who? Swift?
Swift, yeah. He's fantastic.
Big Q guy.
Lions look like a good team. I think Lions might make a push for
They
the
might
playoffs.
be a nice
this year.
I would
wild
not.
card
Say, I would
this
not.
year.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them just sneak in there.
Next game, though, the 0-2 Panthers versus the 2-0 Giants. Are the Giants for real this year? What do you think, Daniel?
Their fucking defensive
I
line
don't
is
think
serious,
it's
bro.
all.
You don't think at all? You don't think they're for
D-line
real?
is-
I mean, in that division, maybe, but I think Philly's got them beat, and can't trust Daniel Jones.
I'm kind of on the same thing. I think they do have a great team. They're obviously really well coached now. That shows in the wins.
No picks this
Brian
week,
DeBall, the offensive coordinator for the
Right.
Bills last year.
Oh,
He's their head coach
He's a
now.
solid coach.
I think it took a lot of balls for him to not play Kadarius Toney a lot, but I mean the proof is in the pudding. They're 2-0.
It's worked so
On the
far.
flip
Worked
side,
so
though,
far. He's been
Baker-
used as a great weapon.
Is dog shit.
Yeah, but that's something we already knew.
Yeah, but it's
That's
just
not
it's just-
surprising to us.
I mean, it's just look at the CMC. Like, bro, you got
If you
to
have the
if
Saints
you have
defense,
McCaffrey as a quarterback, you should be targeting him 10 times a game.
I
What
think
the
so
fuck?
too.
Like, what
15
the fuck
carries
you
isn't
doing?
enough either. He
I mean,
needs
DJ
about
Moore is
20
getting
plus.
6 targets. Like, I just don't know what's going on, man.
It's good to see Kenny Galladay not on the
that
field
the
as
ghost
well.
of Steve
We'll
Smith?
throw that out there.
Who is that?
He's back
Why
in
does he have 6
Carolina.
targets?
That's funny. Next game, Patriots-Steelers. This was a defensive matchup if there ever was one. A lot of
Dude,
sloppiness on the
I
offensive side.
can't even watch a Patriots game anymore, man.
I
They're
really
so
can't. Mac
fucking
Jones is so
boring.
A lot of
boring.
running
Mitch
in New
Trubisky
England.
sucks. Yeah, this was just like I said. It
They
was a
play
defensive
winning
game.
football and you just don't care. You know, you
Yeah,
just don't
unless
even-
you're a Patriots fan, you just don't want to watch it.
They
Not
play that
interesting.
70s
And
offense.
Mac Jones just plays it safe. He doesn't make the wild throws. He makes the safe throws. It's just boring.
Yeah,
Nelson
the
Aguilar with
safe
6
ones that-
receptions for 110.
The
and a
ones that don't go
touchdown.
to Devontae
Could you
Parker.
imagine throwing for 250 yards and only scoring 11 points?
Dude, I don't.
That guy's a shitter, man. And on the Steelers side, Mitch Trubisky is so awful, and
That's
it's
why I
so
just sold
obvious that
Deontay,
Deontay
man.
Johnson is a
He's
great
open every
receiver.
play, bro.
No
He's
part
open
of
all the
If he
time.
had a QB that could get him the ball, that guy would be top 10 in fantasy.
Give me Pickett.
He's a discount AB.
Give me Kenny Pickett.
Mhm.
Goddamn right.
I've been begging for it.
Next
man.
game though, this was a really surprising one. Jaguars versus the Colts. 24-0. Colts couldn't even put a point on the board.
Here we are again.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor owners were not happy this week. I can tell you that much. James Robinson owners, on the other hand, are very happy seeing 23 carries for that guy.
Me playing against Jonathan Taylor, I was very happy.
Yes.
I can tell you that.
Yes.
Matt
Let me
Ryan,
say
though,
something
what
about-
the fuck, man?
Let me say something about Trevor Lawrence real quick. He's gotten a pass. these last couple of years. Trevor Lawrence, I think personally, is not a good QB. He did have a good day, 25 for 30, only 230 yards. He's another one of those safe throw kind of guys.
You know, he was like 17
He's
for
like
17 or something.
Highest touted QB since Andrew Luck.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just kind of gotten a pass.
Since he was
if
like
he can
15.
carry on with outings like this.
I mean, let's be real. Who's
Then I'll
he
eat
had
my
to
words.
throw to, man? Who's he had
But
to throw
Trevor
to?
Lawrence, for me personally, I don't think he's a very good QB.
Up until they just paid Kirk a bag, he's had nobody to throw to.
And Kirk has looked great, by the way. Kirk,
Also,
2 touchdowns.
also
Kirk's looking
Ingram,
like a steal.
Evan Ingram has looked pretty good, man. I think he had 8
That
targets
guy
this
is
game.
always going to
7 for
drop the
8.
football. I will never be able to trust him because of
7
that.
for 8 this week, so
8 targets
respect a little bit.
out of only 30 passes out of Lawrence. It's not a bad target share.
It is not. Yeah, the Colts suck though. They thought Matt Ryan might put them over the edge. Looks like they have a lot of other problems.
Looks like he put him
besides
6
QB.
feet under.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy.
Next game though, probably the most exciting game of the 12 o'clock slate at least. The Dolphins versus Ravens. Huge comeback win. This was, like I said, this was an exciting game.
Yeah, this game.
This was the first
nuts,
time in
man.
12 years that a team had come back from down 21 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, this might be the best game since Rams. What was it, Chiefs?
Oh, that regular
Rams,
season
yeah,
one?
Definitely
the
make
one
look
where it was like
for me-
53, 52 or something. At the
Yeah.
like something fucking crazy.
Especially for Daniel over there, you might make an argument that Raiders versus Cardinals was the best game
It was
of
a
the
hell of a
weekend.
comeback.
Oh yeah, no, that
there
was
there were some really good
that
games
game for sure. But I'm just looking at the fantasy standings here, man.
for
You got
for fantasy
a
purposes.
43-point quarterback versus a 39-point quarterback, man.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
an awesome game to watch.
Yeah, I agree.
2 40-point receivers.
3 out of the top 6 players in fantasy this week were
In this
Miami
game,
Dolphins
yeah.
players.
That's
Or
crazy.
just Miami Dolphins
That's
players.
unheard of.
4 out of the top 6 were in this game if you had Lamar.
I mean, I can't think of a time that receivers on the same team dropped 40.
40 each. I mean, that is.
I
I think
don't
that was the
think
first
that's
time.
happened.
Maybe Chris
I think that
Carter
was
and
the- I
Randy
think
Moss.
I saw something about
I
that
would
being
not
the
be
first time.
surprised. Yeah. On the
Which is
flip
crazy.
side, I mean, not much out of the. Not anything really crazy out of the Baltimore guys other than Lamar. I mean, you got Mandrews doing his thing.
Yeah, it was good to see
obviously.
Mandrews have
And,
a crazy game. Rashad
Bateman had
a
that
great game.
50-yard
Bateman.
touchdown. I mean,
Bateman had a
you'll
good
take
game.
that.
He had,
Other
he
than
had
the 50-yarder, though, it was just kind of there, you know.
Yeah, 9 carries for 119 yards from Lamar. I mean, if you get 119 yards and a touchdown out of your running back, you're very happy.
If you're
Okay.
rostering
You're solid.
a
If
Baltimore
you get-
running back, I just think
if you
you're
get
making a mistake.
3
man.
passing touchdowns and 300 yards from your quarterback, you're really happy with that. Lamar got both of those.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's
Oh, he
The only
stepped
running
up
back from
That's
for sure.
Baltimore
nice.
I'm rostering is probably fucking
Lamar Jackson.
No, well, him, but yeah, actual running backs that do.
On to the next game, though. You're not going to be happy about this one, Bays. But Falcons-Rams. Falcons did have a little late comeback.
As you can see, I've already moved on to the NBA
Yeah,
season.
It's already ready for the NBA season. I would be ready for it, too, with DeJounte Murray coming in. But
So happy. Is that him?
but yeah,
Yeah.
Matt Stafford with a much better game than last week. Darrell Henderson, only 10 carries. Cam Akers had 15 carries in this game. Might be looking at a timeshare here soon if Cam Akers can get out of the doghouse. But and of course Cooper Kupp, 11 receptions for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns.
I think on Akers though, that might be more so than
Cooper
like
Kupp is
testing
this
him
year's
out.
Cooper Kupp.
I think they might just be testing Akers out against a shitty opponent. To be real.
Shitty opponent. Falcons are a pretty decent team. They're averaging 26.5 points right now.
They're a theoretically shitty team.
Yeah,
it's
On
all
paper.
theoretical.
That's the
On
idea.
paper. You should see our Reddit, man. Everybody says we have the worst roster in the league, man.
I don't know. There's a lot of talent out there. Maybe if that head coach Arthur Smith can get his head out of his ass and decide to use his 4.40 tight end.
Start the pits.
Yeah.
Please start the pits. Man.
On to the.
Oh wait, London though.
Oh yeah, London. I totally
Oh, he had
glossed
a
over.
great
I'm sorry. I
Eight
have all the
for
Rams
12
stats in
targets.
front of
12
me.
targets out of my rookie, man. I
Mhm.
love to see
12
that.
targets is great.
Goes for 86, a touchdown, and a
He's
2-point
looking like a
conversion.
must-play.
Looking
Oh,
good.
look at
man.
him slide him right into your flex.
17 out of the Falcons' defense, or what?
How did that happen?
The fucking the fumble Ruski.
Oh yeah.
Or the
Touchdowns are always
block,
great.
block kick, I guess.
But on to the next game. Seahawks 49ers. Good divisional game. Seahawks got shit on though.
Yeah, this made a lot more sense than Seahawks last game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Lockett has looked
Geno's-
pretty decent
Oh, yeah.
for
Geno
fantasy.
loves
Better than
his
DK.
slots.
Better than DK.
Geno still though, man, 24 for 30. That's not shabby though.
He's making those safe throws. Didn't even have 200 yards.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll's obviously got him not pushing the ball down the field, which is what DK owners are very unhappy about because that guy is made for those kind of plays. But another on the 49ers side, good to see Jeff Wilson is obviously the replacement. People
Until he goes
that
down
unloaded
and
their fab money on this guy are happy to see 18
I think
carries
I
out
saw
of
Cole
him.
already got paid back for him.
Yeah, he did. Selling him to
Did
Ryan.
you see Trey Lance go down this game?
Trey Lance
Garoppolo's
got
back at the helm.
I
Unfortunately,
saw
for
something
Niners
on
fans.
Twitter earlier about
Carter, I think that's still
an unknown 49ers player is very happy and thinks the locker room is happy to see Jimmy G back in the starting role. It's slimy,
said it
man.
anonymous?
Yeah, an anonymous Niners player.
Kittle.
Yeah, definitely Kittle. Kittle's glad to have his boy back.
too.
No, I'm sure he's well liked. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo's a winning QB.
Oh,
He's been a
sexiest
winning
Italian
QB.
in football.
He's made it to 3 NFC championships and a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I'm sure they're happy to have him back in
he had a
QB.
damn
I
good
would
game
be.
in that Super Bowl.
On to the next game, though, Bengals versus Cowboys. The Bengals have looked trash. They've looked very shitty to start the year.
Bro, Burrow
Super
got
Bowl
sacked
hangover.
6 times.
I know,
got
they
sacked 6
loaded
times
up
this
the O-line because that's what they were missing last year. If they
And
had
they
an
still suck.
outstanding
I don't
O-line,
get
they could have won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That O-line is still ass.
I don't get it.
Yeah,
Bad
it
news
doesn't
for
make
Mixon
doesn't
owners,
make
bad
any
news
sense.
for Burrow owners.
Cooper Rush, though, I mean, that guy, he's clutch.
He
He's
might
got
be the
ice in his
GOAT.
veins.
He really
Good
might
news
be.
for
Is
T.
Dak
Higgins
the
owners.
problem? Is Dak the problem?
Cooper Rush is
I
this
think
year's
it's the
Minshew.
system.
Yeah, I think it might be Jerry Jones, to be honest with you.
Jones, McCarthy.
Not a good day from Joe Mixon. But,
Zeke continues to
19
absolutely
carries.
shit his pants.
Yeah, Zeke is trash, and there's a good
Pollard.
reason that he fell to like the 4th or 5th round in most leagues.
Pollard with
He's
7
trash.
targets, 9 carries for 43 yards. Looking
me
like
see
a
that.
better start,
He
honestly.
looks like he's ready to
I think,
take
yeah,
over.
Tony
If
Pollard
you
is
had Pollard and Zeke on your team, I
start Pollard.
I think you start Pollard, man.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mara kick though. This was a close game in the end.
Who the fuck is Noah Brown?
Brett Maher was able to win it. Who's it? Nico Brown?
No, Noah Brown.
Noah Brown. I thought it was
Noah
Nico.
Brown. Yeah,
I
and
thought it
that's
was
that's
Nico.
another. There's another Nico dude.
That's,
who's
I
on
think
there.
Nico
Texans.
Collins.
Yeah.
Nico
Yeah.
Collins. Yeah.
He hasn't done
Speaking of the
jack.
Texans, though, that is our next game: Texans versus Broncos. The Broncos are not nearly as good as people thought they were going to be this year.
It's really hard to watch.
Yeah, the
It's
Russell
really
Wilson owner.
hard to watch football, man.
14 to
Embarrassing.
31 from Russell Wilson. It just makes me so unhappy.
Really, I don't know if
It makes
there's
me
any bright
very,
spots
very
in this
unhappy
game,
because he's a
man.
lot better than that.
You got Sutton going off a little bit, I guess.
Sutton did have a good game.
You
though.
hate to see
Glad
Jerry
to see
Judy
that.
go
Yeah,
down.
so really the only good signs from
Judy
this
got
game,
hurt. I was unaware of
He's
that.
going to be out for a few weeks.
Eh,
I think
Pierce
It
with
was
15
awesome
carries.
for Sutton
pretty
owners.
sure it's like collarbone or something like that.
Is KJ Hamler still on waivers in our league?
Shouldn't be.
Be on the watch out for Montreal, Washington. He'll fill
Yeah,
in.
about the only two
Never
good
heard
things
of
out
him.
of this game are going to be Sutton
Love how the-
and Pierce
I
getting
love how
15 carries.
The quick little thing they put for explaining this game: Russell Wilson leads sloppy Broncos past Texans. It is. It couldn't be truer. What's their head coach? Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah.
He might be in over his head. Time will tell.
They're
They have a
looking
lot
like
of new
some
coaches.
Broncos with broken legs.
Broncos broken leg. Javonte Williams needs more than 15 carries. I think Melvin
They
should
need
be
to
there.
make him a horse.
Insurance, yeah, he needs to be their workhorse. It's clearly better.
Pierce is looking like you could probably throw him in your flex though, man.
Damian Pierce.
15 carries, that's a good amount of opportunities.
Yeah, it's good to see Hunter starting Rex Burkhead. Oh wait, he just dropped him. Makes some sense.
I mean, 2.9 points.
What
That's
happens
a
when
good
that's what
reason.
happens when you go no RB, bro.
RB. His team still looks good though, so I will say that. It's got Tony
Uncharacteristic
Pollard.
week from Jettas, yeah.
On to the next game though, Cardinals versus Raiders. Daniel, I'll let you say what you want about this game. I barely caught it. I was on a road trip, but I did catch 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter in overtime.
Oh, that's about when I turned it on. Once we got to 15 points. So
That's good.
first half of the game looked really, really shitty.
20 to
Raiders-
0 midway through the third
The
quarter.
Raiders aren't looking bad, honestly. It was
It's just looking like
Kyler
another
Magic.
Derek Carr team, man, you know?
Kyler Magic the whole fourth quarter.
I'm glad to see that. His scramble for that touchdown and then the 2-point conversion basically did the same exact thing. The Raiders just let him do it. Knew he was going to do it.
49 attempts out of Kyler Murray, man.
49.
And only 277 through the air. Kind of surprising.
31 of 49. That's tough.
Yeah. Well, could be worse. Could have
Mhm.
lost.
Yeah, true that.
Really not
I'll
much
take
out
the
of
win.
fantasy
Ertz,
production
8
either,
receptions,
man.
75 yards.
You got Ertz, you got Darrell Williams. Connor went out in this one with an injury. We'll see what happens.
Hollywood got robbed of a touchdown.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
6 for
did
11
see
from
that.
Hollywood, that's tough.
Greg Dortch is
AJ
looking
Green
pretty
is
Yeah,
still
good.
Greg. I was
alive,
just
I
about to
guess.
say.
He might
Greg
be a nice
Dortch.
pickup if anybody
the
gets
human
him.
Dortch.
Waller doing Waller things.
Stan Dortch.
Yeah, that was a great game. That was a Cardinals fan. I bet that was hype. That ending was
Oh, it was
pretty fun.
exhilarating.
On to the Sunday night matchup, though. Prime time. One of the most boring games every year. Bears versus Packers. They always put it in prime time, and it always disappoints because the Bears are always crappy.
Can we just start out with 11 attempts at a Justin Fields here? Can we just address this? Is Matt Nagy back? I don't know what's going on.
I feel like we shouldn't talk about it. This
Dude,
It's
I don't
just
get
so
it,
bad.
man. It's
Probably,
like they
probably
don't want a QB to ever come in and play well. They
And
do
they-
everything they can to make that QB suck.
they traded up for him
I
too.
say
Aren't using
We
him.
bite the bullet and bring back Jay Cutler, man.
I don't think that's a bad idea.
I don't
Six
know.
And
inside
sign
Jay,
Blake Bortles
he
while you're
won
at
them
it. Put
games.
him, have him be the
Bortles.
backup. And those guys are winners.
Yeah.
Those
Not
guys
too much
are
out of
winners.
fantasy here on the Bears side. You got Monty doing his thing, 15 for 122. Not much on the
Pretty sure
Packers side.
no Packer
Other than,
receiver or receiver
Jones.
tight end got more than 4 targets.
Yeah, you
No, I
see
don't think so.
4
He's
out
just
of
spreading it
Watkins,
out.
3 from Lazard, 3 for Cobb. That guy still
Yeah.
plays somehow.
Who?
Randall Cobb.
I mean, he's a legend.
Yeah,
Don't
he's
disrespect
43.
Randall Cobb.
Cheesehead legend.
Aaron Jones, though,
Great
had a
game out of Aaron
monster
Jones,
fucking
yeah.
game. 15 carries for 130 yards.
Hoping he continues that after this.
That's like 8 yards a
and
carry,
Ryan
9 yards a carry, man. That's nice.
He also had 3 targets.
And a touchdown. Sammy Watkins, though, 3 receptions for 93 yards. The best receiver for the
Not
Packers.
too bad.
Picked him up.
Not
Maybe Rodgers will pull a Jordy Nelson with him. You know,
Maybe.
He's the next
revive his
Jay
career
Davis.
at the last minute. We'll see.
Maybe. Yeah, Packers win as always. Good to see them at 1-1. I'm sure Hunter's happy. But on to the Monday games, though. Titans versus Bills. Another blowout for the Bills. They look like the Super Bowl favorite, at least for me.
Made my parlay just hurt, man. Just tough.
Yeah, Josh Allen is a menace. I'd probably say him and Tua are leading the MVP race.
Well, they're number
Tua
1
slightly ahead.
2 is number 2 from what I heard.
Tua definitely ahead. But yeah, Stephon Diggs too, 3 touchdowns, 12 receptions. It's like 45 points, I think he had. I mean, that's
Did
just
he really?
ridiculous. Yeah, it was plus 40.
Yeah, I want him bad, man.
Outstanding.
I
Yeah,
want him.
I would
But
trade
Hale's
Cooper
stingy.
Kupp straight up for Diggs right now.
Give me some whiskey digs.
James Cook, leader in the Bills' backfield. I don't know if that makes
Not
you
much
guys.
there. Not much from Henry there either, man. But,
11 carries is nice.
I mean,
but
Henry.
Yeah,
just see
Derrick
some
Henry.
gave
game
up in the third quarter here. It was
Derrick
like,
Henry looks like one of the big busts of the first round this year. It's
That
like
would suck.
Najee, Henry, and Dalvin.
Although Although he
They're
has
big
played
busts.
2 good defenses to start out.
That's
So,
fair, but he's supposed to
He
be
does
Derrick
start
Henry.
out slow every year too, so
their
No,
offensive
not
line
last
is
year.
very much worse.
Not last year.
that's true.
Yeah, he was still point rank 1 for 2 more weeks after he was hurt.
He started the first game
That
off
is
slow
facts,
last
yeah.
year. And
I
that was it.
mean, yeah, I would be worried, very worried, if I had Derrick Henry right now.
And we move on to another dud with Minnesota versus Philly.
Yeah. Eagles look damn good.
I don't know what's wrong with Kirk, man. I thought this was his year, you know, maybe.
He just looked awful.
Jalen's
Watching that
an
game, he just looked
MVP
awful.
candidate.
No, he missed every
Kirk looked
throw.
awful.
Every
Yeah.
throw.
It's Monday
Jettis
night.
was fucking mad, man. He
Yeah, you could
missed him in the end zone at least 3 times that I saw, and I couldn't even watch the whole thing.
Darius Slay did a bang-up job covering Jettis, though.
That's true.
He
Even
was-
whenever
he
Jettis
was
was
hogging him
open,
down
it's
all
just-
game.
I think I saw somewhere that Kirk is now the losingest quarterback for Monday Night Football ever.
Yeah. Damn, he's got years left in his career too.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, Hurts looks like a
pretty sure he's-
serious quarterback.
yeah, Hurts-
2-9
Hurts
or
looks
2-11.
I'm
really
still not
good.
convinced of his arm, although he did have a really good passing game this
26 for 31.
week. Yeah, just last week it was like 50%, you know, so it's
That's
just,
fair.
see what
I don't
happens.
think it's gonna matter though.
yeah,
with all the
see.
running he does.
Yeah, 11 for 57, that's
It's really
Mhm.
it's
not.
an
Yeah.
extra 6 points out of your fucking
And
quarterback.
a touchdown.
That's
I think 2
nice.
touchdowns actually on the ground.
Oh, he had that ridiculous diving one.
Dud game from Jefferson, even harder dud from Thielen.
Yeah. And A.J. Brown, not a great game either. But that's because they went up early and then just started running the piss out of the ball.
Slight bounce back from Devontae Smith. At least he gets 7 targets here.
Also good to see Goddard get involved a little bit.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
he
it
was
was.
a highly drafted tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely should be getting around, 7 to 8 targets a game.
Eagles defense is looking pretty stout this year, man.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Whole team. I
That
think.
D line just Kirk.
Eagles.
As much as I want to hate on Kirk, he didn't have that much time to throw the ball.
This is looking like the
Real quick.
17 Eagles right
Yeah,
now.
real quick, top 5 NFL teams going into week 3. Go start with 5, go to 1. Start with you, Dan.
Bills.
That's a pretty good list. What about you?
Dude, I mean, I'm gonna go. Obviously Bills at the top. Maybe you got to throw Philly in there too right now, or maybe Baltimore. I don't know, man. It's tough to go down the list. Tampa's got to be
Bills
in
and
there.
Tampa, I would say, are the 1 and 2.
Chargers, Chiefs, got to
Bills,
be in
Chiefs,
there.
I'd probably put Chiefs at 3,
But
Eagles
Chargers
at 4.
at 5 maybe.
Yeah, I think Chargers
They've got
at
a
5
nice
is a good one.
defense.
Chargers at 5 or Dolphins at 5.
Yeah.
I can't put Dolphins in the top 5.
I
mean,
can't trust them yet.
You can't trust
but
them yet, but their
they're
defense
looking
is stout,
damn
and
good.
Tua has the
Their defense
weapons.
is stout, giving up 38 points.
Their defense. You saw them in week 1. I mean, who
Negative
doesn't
4
give
for
up a
stout?
shit ton of yards against Lamar?
Yeah, that's true.
That's Lamar.
I guess.
And their defense came in clutch in that fourth quarter. Shut them out.
Oh, definitely did.
True.
I mean,
So they had 38
Still
for
just
a
it's a
gonna
good
minute.
team.
It's
Yeah,
gonna take
time.
more.
It's going into week 3, but I think the Dolphins, deservedly so, should be in that.
We'll give them some love for this game.
And I'll give them some love.
Gotta give them some love.
All right, that wraps up the week 2 review. This will exclusively be on YouTube, but we will be releasing a couple more videos on the Instagram here shortly as well. See you guys next week.
Take it easy.
Blow my